Hey everybody, Ross here, and this is Bible Study Silverstar. If this is your first time on this channel, click the first link down in the description to go back to the intro, or if you'd like to see just what's been going on recently, click the second link down in the description to go back to Numbers 12. Now without further ado, I'm just going to jump right on in to Numbers 13, verse 1. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Send men to spy out the land of Canaan, which I am giving to the children of Israel. From each tribe of their fathers you shall send a man, every one a leader among them. So Moses sent them from the wilderness of Paran, according to the command of the Lord, all of them men who were heads of the children of Israel. Now these were their names. From the tribe of Reuben, Shammua, the son of Zakur. From the tribe of Simeon, Saphat, the son of Hori. From the tribe of Judah, Caleb, the son of Jephunneh. From the tribe of Issachar, Igal, the son of Joseph. From the tribe of Ephraim, Hoshea, the son of Nun. From the tribe of Benjamin, Palti, the son of Raphu. From the tribe of Zebulun, Gadiel, the son of Sodi. From the tribe of Joseph, that is, from the tribe of Manasseh, Gadi, the son of Susi. From the tribe of Dan, Amiel, the son of Gemali. From the tribe of Asher, Sether, the son of Michael. From the tribe of Naphtali, Naphbi, the son of Vosi. From the tribe of Gad, Geuel, the son of Machi. These are the names of the men whom Moses sent out to spy the land. And Moses called Hoshea, the son of Nun, Joshua. Then Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan, and said to them, Go up this way to the south, and go up to the mountains, and see what the land is like, whether the people who dwell in it are strong or weak, few or many, whether the land they dwell in is good or bad, whether the cities they inhabit are like camps or strongholds, whether the land is rich or poor, and whether there are forests there or not. Be of good courage, and bring some of the fruit of the land. Now the time was the season of the first ripe grapes. And they went up and spied out the land from the wilderness of Zin as far as Rehab, near the entrance of Hamath. And they went up through the south and came to Hebron, Ahiman, Sheshai, and Talmai. The descendants of Anak were there. Now Hebron was built 7 years before Zoan in Egypt. Then they came to the valley of Eshcol, and there they cut down a branch with one cluster of grapes. They carried it between two of them on a pole. They also brought some of the pomegranates and figs. The place was called the Valley of Eshcol, because of the cluster which the men of Israel cut down there. And they returned from spying out the land after 40 days. Now they departed and came back to Moses and Aaron and all the congregation of the children of Israel in the wilderness of Paran at Kadesh. They brought back word to them and to all the congregation, and showed them the fruit of the land. Then they told him and said, We went to the land where you sent us. It truly flows with milk and honey, and this is its fruit. Nevertheless, the people who dwell in the land are strong. The cities are fortified and very large. Moreover, we saw the descendants of Anak there. The Amalekites dwell in the land of the south. The Hittites, the Jebusites, and the Amorites dwell in the mountains. And the Canaanites dwell by the sea along the banks of the Jordan. Then Caleb quieted the people before Moses and said, Let us go up at once and take possession, for we are well able to overcome it. But the men who had gone up with him said, We are not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we. And they gave the children of Israel a bad report of the land which they had spied out, saying, The land through which we have gone as spies is a land that devours its inhabitants, and all the people whom we saw in it are men of great stature. There we saw the giants, the descendants of Enak came from the giants, and we were like grasshoppers in our own sight, and so we were in their sight. Alright, we finally reached the borders of the Promised Land. It's time for Israel to check things out and start laying out their plans of attack. At least, that was the idea. God tells Moses to send 12 spies, one from each tribe, into the land to report on its layout and bring back some of its fruit to determine how bountiful it was. And spy it out they did. After 40 days, they came back with fruit so big that it had to be carried on a pole between two men. That's great news, right? As is actually the case, if there's good news, as is usually the case, if there's good news, there's probably bad news to go along with it. 10 of the 12 spies came back with a horrible report, saying that the land was impossible to conquer because it was harsh and the people in it were giants. Now that's pretty bad news indeed. But the remaining 2 spies, Joshua and Caleb, told a different story. They didn't deny anything the other 10 said. Nevertheless, they encouraged immediate action because they knew that God had already given Israel the victory. This kind of thing still happens today. God may lead us to do something either big or small. And when we tell people about it, we get a lot of doubters and naysayers. Unfortunately, they will likely be the majority of people you talk to. One of those people may even be you. But there will always be a Joshua and a Caleb there too, pushing you and encouraging you to go after what God has led you to do with everything you've got, because God has already given you the victory. Who will you listen to? That's up to you. But I'll say this, the majority isn't always right. Who did the people of Israel listen to? Well, you'll have to wait for the next video to find that one out. And that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments, feedback, or suggestions, leave them down below in the comments. And may God make you as Ephraim and Manasseh, to be fruitful where you are, and to forget the pain of your past. And the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you, and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you, and give you peace. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you all soon in Numbers 14.